Episode 5, Burgundy and Bold podcast, Lynnell Willingham and Super Bowl winning Redskins tight end Rick Doc Walker. Trying to pick up the pieces after what
You
happened
you you
Sunday
you
against
really don't
Dallas.
understand the difference between winning and champion. You seem to hit a roadblock. I know in your lifetime you never won nothing. You never really experienced it. But those of us that have been to the top of that mountain, we really like to be referred to as champions
No, I
because that's
get
what
that.
we did. Yeah, but you know you don't get it because I had to correct you
welcome
in
back, Walker.
episode 2 and episode 3. It's not that difficult to do, but I realize in your 27 years, you didn't have one. So probably that's why you take it for granted. But I refuse to be insulted by you lumping me in with the rest of these people. That's unacceptable.
Well, good afternoon, DOC.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the program. We got a lot to get to. Before we actually get to the content, we do have some housekeeping notes for you. We're on the hunt to our 1,000th subscriber. That is something that is going to be huge. So make sure you all continue to like, comment, and subscribe. The numbers to this point have been tremendous. I've really enjoyed doing this. I've had a good time doing this. Doc, I know when we first started recording this, you said you didn't know how long it would go. We're about 5 episodes in. We've got about 10 videos up. We've got film breakdowns up. We've had an exclusive interview with another tight end from UCLA, but he's not a champion, so he doesn't have the distinction of
He's a Bruin.
Doc
No, he's a
Walker.
Bruin.
He is a
He's a
Bruin.
Bruin.
They had
He's a Bruin.
Logan,
Yeah.
had Logan Paulson on earlier in the week, so plenty of different
He's good
styles
people.
of content that we'll have coming for you all. I know the live stream was a big hit and a big thing that you all were super excited for. We'll try to get a few of those in here as well as we continue to roll throughout the season. But man, I was saying to you, Doc, man, the more they lose, if this thing goes off the rails the way some folks think it can, Doc, I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep doing this thing. But obviously, you say that in jest, you're being facetious. But real quick before we move on to Kansas City, just your final thoughts on what you saw Sunday against Dallas.
Well, I saw inconsistent play, undisciplined play, and lack of playmakers. And it's just really was miserable to watch that because the identity is still an issue. And who are you? Numbers look decent, but that's your thing because you can make numbers look, but losing teams have big numbers. But that's why the people that I hang around are one thing, and that's the scoreboard. And either we win or we don't. But I just got to see a winning formula, personnel that matches. And then I don't object to those of you that are focused on who's not playing. I'm just not in that group. That's your thing.
We're going to
That's
get
why
to
this
that
works.
conversation. We're going to get to
That's
this
why this
conversation.
works, because we're opposites. And so my thing is that I want to see a performance that I can be proud of in Kansas City. And that's all I can expect.
Yeah. I think it's fair. I think it's well put. From just the X's and O's standpoint, on Sunday against Dallas, bunch of different breakdowns. Not now, but I don't even say a bunch of different breakdowns. Guys just simply did not go out and make plays. I'm happy I corrected myself. I think the biggest thing I take away from Sunday, Doc, guys just didn't make plays. Marshawn Lattimore giving up the deep stuff. We talked about it off record, Doc. He's in phase.
Well, yeah,
he's
guys,
there.
I like him. He's my guy.
I'm
a Lattimore guy.
He's in phase. He's there. He's just not coming up with the play. And my whole thing is, well, what better options do you have? We'll talk about that from a personnel standpoint coming up here in a second. But that's kind of the thing. But
here's the deal. I mean, just ask Daryl, ask Vernon, ask Brian, ask Jerry, small room, all the corners. Those are my favorite dudes. And they got the hardest job on the field.
Yeah.
Because the guy, he's longer, just as fast, if not faster. But the Coda, Prescott,
yeah, man,
dropped dimes. So
got to give him credit.
I would love to, and the only guy who can answer this, one of the few guys, is Dion. People did complete passes on Dion. But it took two Hall of Famers to do it, Montana and Rice. But it's not like they have a very difficult job. And I'll take him. I want him on my team. What he needs is help with some pressure, which he got very little of.
Talking about Marshawn Lattimore, I think
Yeah,
I think you hit it right on the head in terms of what is needed, what could remedy Washington's issues right now on the defensive side of the football. Is pressure. If you can't impact the opposing team's quarterback, Doc, I don't care who you can have. Deion Sanders, Rod Woodson, Ronnie Lott. Name your favorite defensive back. If you cannot affect the other team's quarterback on a consistent basis, you won't have success defensively.
Yeah, it's tough. And again, it's so difficult for people to understand this because how many people do we know that have actually played corner at any part of their life?
Yeah, they're a rare breed of people.
It's a rare breed. It's a very difficult job, but easy for somebody to sit on the couch with their gut hanging down by their knee, talking about the guy's a bum. Okay, well, that's okay. You got the right to do that, but never in my book. As long as the effort is at a really high level, we're going to be okay. We're going to win far more than we lose. We can't be flat.
Yeah.
And there are times that we seem to be emotionally up and down, and that surprises me. Since we're being, led with an evangelist, I'm going, what? I just don't understand why our team does not seem to be in the character of its coach. So we got to do some reconnecting.
Yeah.
And I expect that to happen. I'm disappointed, but it's childish for me. It's because I'm still stuck up on that rivalry thing. So it always irritates the hell out of me when we don't beat Dallas. And I got it. And I'm taking it all week. I've heard from all of them. And I'll get them back. No, my turn's coming. January will be around soon.
I'm about to say Christmas Day will be here before you know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to take it. I got to take it. That really irritated me. But for their offense, Dallas's offense, man, they are elite. They're elite. Who on earth made you think you were going to go there and what do you think, you're going to shut them out?
And I think that's the more disappointing thing for me is like, I know we were down guys offensively, but like offensively, the mistakes that you saw, we said it leading into the game that the offense had to be perfect for Washington to win in Dallas, and they weren't.
We were down. We didn't have pros?
Yeah, pros. I'll give you that. But
wait a minute. No. I hear you guys talking about this all week. You have people you picked, you trained. Were they not in camp with you?
All these guys were in camp.
So wait a minute. So what you're saying is that you picked the wrong people. Or you're saying you can't develop people that you pick. What are you saying? I hear you guys talk about this all week, and I'm confused as hell.
Look, I hear you. I think
no, you don't hear me.
It's one of the
I hear you screaming and hollering all week. I hear a lot of y'all talking about what you don't have. What do you mean you don't have them? You drafted them. You scouted them.
Well, look,
you've been with you through camp.
Look, after
you didn't hit
Detroit,
nobody all camp, so at least you were throwing passes. Your number one guy wasn't even in camp. So why don't you have people ready?
Yeah.
Why don't you have people taking reps when they had all that free time and all they were doing was taking reps? But now you're telling me that they can't play. Is that what you're telling me?
That's what it looks like.
Okay. So you're not going to go on the record. No, you're not saying no. I hear you huffing and puffing when you're on the air. Now I hear you backpedaling.
No, there's no backpedaling going on here. The bottom line is people think that it's too soon to have that conversation. People think that think that it's too soon. People think that it's too soon to be having this conversation. About the grocery picker. Listen.
People.
I'm talking about the grocery picker. You're doing the same thing that I say. All I know is at the end of the day, after I eat the meal, I'm on the toilet for 45 minutes to an hour because the meal sucks. The ingredients are not good. The meal is not good. Look, I had to sit up here and argue with folks all week long about why it's not scheme and why it is a player issue, to me, not a coach issue. Now, I heard you say, well, we can't develop talent. Look, you can be the greatest teacher.
I asked you a question.
No. You can be the greatest teacher in the world. If the guy don't got it. The guy don't got it. And right now on the offensive side of the football, at the skill position spot in particular, I mean, I love me some Luke McCaffrey. I love Jalen Lane. They both made critical errors and critical mistakes Sunday. But you know what folks are going to say? Oh, Luke is just in his second year. Oh, Jalen Lane is a rookie. I see rookies across the National Football League performing for their team. I want our young guys to perform. I'm tired of acting like it takes 4 and 5 years to see to reap the benefits of a draft class. Our young guys have to produce now. And I think that is the point that you're ultimately making, Doc. They put a graphic up on the Fox broadcast that Washington leads or was tied for the lead in the National Football League with drops. Like that stuff can't happen. That's not a coach issue. That's not a scheme issue. That is a player issue from an execution standpoint. And the bigger question is, when does it get better? Because when you talk about the issues that they're having on the defensive side of the football, I just don't know how much longer we can continue to roll out the same guys, right? Get the same results and make no changes. So that's the one irritation point for me. But obviously, we'll see coming up Monday night against Kansas City what changes they make defensively. I want to ask you, and I know you don't want to get into this, but we have to touch on it briefly. We found out yesterday.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. What do you mean you know?
I know you don't want
I
to talk
don't want to
about
get into.
this. I know
What do
you
mean
because I know
no,
you.
I don't want to talk about it.
No,
I don't waste my time on the air. So if you got a topic that makes sense, I'm all into it. But I don't do fantasy talk. I don't do hocus pocus.
Well, the quarterback, Jayden Daniels, is out Monday night against Kansas City. I love the fact, DOC, that they didn't do the whole song and dance of, well, he's questionable, he's a game time decision. They ruled him out ahead of time. Marcus Mariota is going to get every first team rep this week in practice, and he should be as prepared as he's been all year long to take over for Jayden Daniels. When you look at what Marcus Mariota has given you in the 2 games that he has started, what is your confidence level for him on Monday night against Kansas City, DOC, in a must-win environment?
I'm glad we have him. And I think maybe, but now if they'll run the ball with him, there are a few things that he does as well as anybody on the planet.
Yeah.
One of them is running that read option. Now, nobody's JD5, but JD5 is not available. So you can pull your highlight package out from last year and pleasure yourself. Go for it. Okay. I'm going 100 miles an hour with this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that the offensive line will be given an opportunity to protect him and to lead the way moving forward. But I have no idea what will happen. We may go backwards or sideways and do whatever.
What did you think about what hey, I'm about to say, what did you think of the artist on Sunday? How was
well, we had a conflict. We had a conflict.
Yeah,
we're in conflict. Because, but it doesn't mean I'm right. He could be right. He could be very, but he
those that listen to the program know when we refer to the artist, we're talking about Cliff Kingsbury.
You know, and they know, and if they don't know, they're not listening anyway. So why are you so concerned about the dead? You focus so much on the dead, it's unbelievable to me.
Well, I have more conversation about the dead. Okay. Right. Marcus Mariota, we know he is going to be the starter. Our pal Ben Standig, Commander's beat writer, reported, legend, good friend of the program, reported that Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel will practice this week with the hopes of playing Monday against Kansas City. Here's what I will say about the return, the potential return, Doc, of Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel to this lineup. If you have Terry and Deebo out there on Monday night against Kansas City, you can't play Washington with an 8-man box, which they saw a majority of the time on Sunday against Dallas, and then you saw it on Monday night against Chicago. When you have Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel out there, 2 guys that can stretch the field vertically, 2 guys that have earned the respect of defensive coordinators throughout the NFL, you're not going to get this 8-man box, and I think your passing game, one, will be able to look as good as it's looked all year, despite Jayden not being in there, and then 2, I'm more excited for those 2 returns to the lineup, talking about Terry and Deebo. I'm excited about what it does to your run game because you're not going to get this 8-man box. And then these big behemoths up front can get back to pushing people around the way that they were in the first 5 weeks of the season. Because against Chicago and against Dallas, when when they saw the super duper stacked box, we weren't targeting our runs correctly. It was a lot of mosh posh up front, and you just didn't get the movement that you needed for your run game to be successful. So to me, that's the biggest reason why I'm excited about the potential return of McLaurin and Debo this weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, we had Cosby comes back, and for him to go an entire game, he played the whole game.
Well, I thought that
I
was a
think
bad
it's
decision.
well. I'm just saying he got the whole because you lost. It's
Well,
a bad decision, but he got reps in, and he obviously survived it. The question is, can he be better?
yeah.
And I was assumed that he will be because he is. I wouldn't want him to have played against Kansas City for his first game because he's got a world-class thug right over his head, and that's why I'm glad he played. And so at least we got a chance. But you're going against the kind of dude that we wish we had.
Yeah.
And I'm comfortable with the matchup. I just don't know what the game plan will be. I'm hopeful that we'll go with 3 or 4 tackles in the game, 2 tight ends, and we would just attempt to bully them. But I have no idea what the artists will do. But I hope our running backs, we are better in the backfield than we are at receiver. So
well, when you get Terry and Debo back, I don't think that's necessarily the case. That's the big thing and I know we don't have confirmation yet, but
you love speculation.
Well, that's what the reports are saying. I trust my colleagues. No. Look, I trust my colleagues. That's what that is.
It's still hocus pocus. It's witchcraft. You love that because it might happen. It may not happen. Whatever. It's a game day deal. Whoever's out there,
if you do get
I'm
them
expecting
back,
to get it done.
If you do get them back offensively, do you expect? Or do your expectations raise? I guess for Marcus Mariota and the entire offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to raise to have Terry, to have your 2 top guys there, but it also it can't drop if they're not.
Right.
I can't be emotionally driven by inconsistency. So if neither guy plays every week, I have to focus on who is actually there.
Yeah.
Because the way you sound, we should just forfeit. If they can't play, well, let's just not even play the game. And I don't understand that.
So I look at
San
Francisco. I look at Detroit, San Francisco.
Oh no! Oh really? You don't sound like you look at them.
I wonder, Doc. Like, what is the difference between our program and their program to where when they lose their top guys, it is not as much of a drop off. It's not as much of a talking point on sports talk radio in San Francisco, in Detroit.
Well, now you're talking about.
So, like, that's what I'm genuinely asking.
Were you out looking for a house? They're different based on the neighborhood. The car is based on how much you want to pay for it. That's a championship outfit.
Yeah.
Whether they win the Super Bowl or not. So you're comparing your program in year 2.
Yeah.
Which was a wreck. You had one of the worst programs of all time. And you comparing with the Niners? I know you're not doing drugs and drinking and doing none of that, but that really sounds like if we weren't doing a show, we'd never even bring it up because that's how crazy. Like Tyson used to say, ludicrous. That would fit that for me. But I know.
So you don't think it's a fair comparison. You don't think it's a fair comparison. You don't think it's fair to have those type of expectations for our program when we deal with attrition.
You're not ready for that.
Obviously,
you're not.
I know that's the 300 level graduate course.
Well, I know, but you drafted a wide receiver who can run, and you don't play him.
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
You got 2 people in there who produce. Luke is. What more do you want Luke to do?
Yeah.
Luke's not a bus. He's dependent upon what you call, what you do.
I would say this.
You're judging people by draft, what round they were in.
I'm judging about what they're doing. I'm judging about what they're doing on the damn field, Doc. I go back and turn on the tape. Luke's not getting open on a consistent basis. So I understand why.
Are they calling the right play for him? Are they doing what helps him? Are they helping him with the quarterback on time?
Well,
did the quarterback have to scramble?
It's all I don't know
I don't know who has been consistent on that unit other than your big boys up front? Your backs fumble.
Yeah.
You're missing people open. You're hitting, you're making some good and bad, but you're not playing at an elite level as a passer.
No.
So I mean,
and I know that hurts people. Now you're going to hit a sore spot amongst the fan base when you talk about the play of the quarterback. I'm talking about Marcus and Jaden. From what you've gotten out of those two guys throughout 7 weeks.
they're one position to me. And now we know what JD5 can do.
Yeah, we know what he can
But
do. See, but I'm done
JD5
with
has
that.
been
I'm done with talking about what he
JD5.
can do. I want to see. I have yet to see the guy that won the offensive rookie of the year last year.
Well, then you can't play him hurt then. Because if you're going to act like he wasn't injured, if you want to act that way, then okay, so be it.
I'm not acting as if he wasn't injured. If you're out there playing, you're able to go. Sunday in Dallas in that first half, while he didn't get a bunch of help from his receivers, we had drop passes, we had guys not getting open. When it's time for him to do his part, I need him to be perfect. See, all this conversation about going back to the conference championship, going back to the Super Bowl, we were under the assumption that we were going to be getting top 5, top 10 quarterback play. We haven't gotten that this year. Oh, I'm we have not gotten that yet to this point. That's my whole thing. And I'm not, it's not to slight Jayden Daniels. I'm going to be honest and tell you what I see. We have not gotten the quarterback play that we have expected out of both of our guys. Because you're right. I look at Marcus and Jaden as one at this point, as much as they're both in and out of the lineup. But from Jaden's perspective in particular, and don't give me, I know people are going to say in the comments, well, look at what he's got at wide receiver, Lynnell. Look at what he's got at wide receiver, Lynnell. I was told, and I am under the impression, and I believe this about him, he is the type of quarterback that elevates everyone else around him. I just have not seen that enough from him in the 4 games that he's played. What did he play? He played against LA, played against the Packers, played against the Giants, played against the Cowboys, played against the Bears. That's 5 games we've seen from him. In those 5 games, I've seen flashes of the offensive rookie of the year, but I have not seen the consistency from the entire offense, not just him, on a down in, down out basis. So I think that's the biggest reason why the group is in the position that they're in. We keep talking about the defense. Everybody knows the defense wasn't going to be worth a damn. And I want to move on to the defense here real quick, Doc. Dan Quinn talked about potential defensive changes from a personnel standpoint. What would you like to see change from a personnel standpoint on defense? Is there somebody that you are clamoring to see more of on the defensive side?
No, I'm not personal with it. I just think McGee, I've thrown his name out. It's just like the offensive side. The people that I'd like to see don't get to play a lot. So I have to trust their evaluation. They don't feel that they are better off with them in the game. So there's something that's not working for them. They don't play a guy. He's athletic. He can run. They got maybe 2 or 3 guys that can run. They don't get in the game.
Talking about Jordan McGee. And Jordan McGee on Sunday, Doc,
pick one of them.
Season high 22 snaps for McGee. So maybe this is a trend.
I don't know. But why did it get, why is it, it's like dragging molasses. Why did it take so long?
Yeah. We're 7 weeks in. Yeah.
They know. They train them. They teach them. So if you can say, if the teacher says, well, the student's not picking up well, oh, you just blaming the student? The teacher has no responsibility?
See, it's an interesting conversation because I think it could be a 2-way street. You know how football is, man. You're taking a bunch of different people from a bunch of different walks of life. Everybody interprets and receives the information and digests the information in a different way. There's a reason he's not playing. I'm not going to go act like they're not trained professionals in that locker room over there. There's a reason why he's not playing, because they talk, and I know you're tired of hearing them talk, but they talked all offseason about Jordan McGee and the potential impact he was going to have on his defense. And 22 snaps through 7 weeks is the most he's played. Something's got to be off. For me, and I went into detail about this on the radio show the other day.
For me, have a radio show.
We do. Burgundy and Gold today. 4 to 7 on the Team 980. Myself, you, the super producer. We got the whole band is there.
Yeah, okay.
To me, in terms of personnel decisions on defense, I need to see more of Darnell Savage. The safety that they brought in from the University of Maryland has played tremendously well. I know he's got familiarity with the scheme. There's just a look that he has when he is playing a position that Quan Martin has not displayed yet to me to this point, that Jeremy Reeves has not yet displayed to me to this point. He is going at 100 miles an hour. He is shot out of a cannon. He's routinely in the right spot. He's been more of a short tackler than the other two. I would have him getting and playing more snaps than he is. And I would even look at Tyler Owens from an athleticism standpoint. We keep talking about getting more speed on the field. Jeremy Reeves is a 4'6", 4'7" guy. Tyler Owens is 4'3", 4'4". Get his big fast ass on the field. And look, like I went back to a moment ago, when guys are not playing, they're not playing for a reason. So I get that. At the cornerback spot, Jonathan Jones was active for the first time in weeks on Sunday. I'm at the point right now at corner, with the lack of production and the lack of playmaking that I'm getting out of my two corners, and I'm going to omit Trey Amos here for a second because I think Trey Amos has been your best corner to this point. But with the play that I'm getting from Marshawn Lattimore and Mikey Sainristil, they're not playing 100% of the snaps for me anymore. I think with their lack of playmaking, what we've seen through 7 weeks, Jonathan Jones deserves more of an opportunity. Noah Igbenogany deserves more of an opportunity because I can't keep, and I keep saying this, I'm not going to blame coaching because I think the players are just not executing. But the one area where I will be critical of the coaches is how can you continue to watch the same guys go out there over and over and over again and not make any personnel adjustments. But as we just mentioned, Dan Quinn saying that that's something we may see Monday night in Kansas City. Do you have confidence in them turning their season around Monday night, Doc?
Yeah, I think they could play better. I don't know if they will, but I'm not as patient as you are.
Yeah, it needs to happen now. I agree.
I would want to know, and the only person that could answer or get answers would be the owner. And I don't think he's football involved like that. There's nobody else that can even ask the questions that I would ask. So you pretty much at the mercy of the staff,
But Doc,
and they
I'll
have to
compare this. I'll compare this
prove it.
to a time that you dealt with in your career.
Mm-hmm.
You routinely talk to me about the 0-5 start. How
Yeah.
comparable is that to this situation? That idea of your backs being against the wall, everyone looking at you like, "Hey, are you going to do something now? The time to move is now." Is there a level of desperation that seeps in? And do you think
What
that level of desperation has hit Ashburn yet?
I couldn't say that. I'm not around them enough to feel it. To me, it's really casual, but that doesn't mean I'm right. That's just how they operate. And there's no reason to panic. But I definitely have to see and feel a different vibe. Because I know our vibe was, but the way you had to work and the way, I mean, it's not fair. And I don't do these comparison things because it's just not fair. My guy slept at the park. See, so you're like, when people talk about levels, I don't know what you mean, because my guy slept there 3 4 nights a week. He didn't do a whole bunch of talking, but his actions,
Yeah.
it's not even fair, and I don't do it because it's not fair. It's not fair to compare anybody to certain individuals, because when you see people do what other people talk about doing and they never even mention it, it's like, I don't refer, I respect our military to the T. Love all these brothers and sisters that are out there doing that. But whenever we mention special ops,
Yeah.
everybody knows what it means. They're all in service, but there's a group that if they coming after you, you in a world of trouble. And see, and that's the distinction that I can't put that on anybody.
Yeah.
because everybody else is just they doing their job, they get a check, they perform a service, but they're not willing to die
Are you
for it. They're not
seeing?
willing. I mean,
Do you see the sense of, or did you see that sense of urgency on Sunday? Do you expect to see it on Monday night? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at
yeah,
here. I
well,
don't think there's
I
a
can
certain
say,
look. There's a certain look that you should have.
there's a desperation, there's an urgency. It's like if somebody got to tell you to hustle, I
Well,
don't even know what that means. What do you
yeah,
mean you to hustle?
yeah,
That's like, so that's the culture, and they earn the right to develop their culture their way. These are not questions that I should be asking for. This is the questions that the owner should be. I wonder if he had a meeting with him, that's what I'd be saying.
yeah.
So what we gonna do? I mean, I hear what they say, but it doesn't match the performance, doesn't match the effort. We may be outscored, but I don't plan on being out hit. I don't plan on being out hustled.
Yeah.
See, I just think that the hell with the scoreboard. I'm not questioning who the hell are you? From the opener in Green Bay, and I didn't blame all the kids on that, the game plan on that, but to me, are you serious?
Yeah.
You got a rookie and a Hall of Fame. Oh, come on. What is it? And then you're still trying to figure yourselves out. I get that. You don't know who you are yet.
But we're
Got to
7 weeks
develop.
in at this point, though, man.
Well, that's still young. Well,
You,
no, not. I mean, you don't, because that I'm telling you, go all the way back to who you are. That Baltimore scrimmage that they had to cancel, that's a building block.
yeah.
You know who you are on paper. You have some really good players. They don't always play every week. One guy's not even in camp. So you let your leader be on the outside the entire camp. He participated in it too. But I don't want any excuses. You know how valuable he was emotionally.
Sure.
Physically, yeah, but emotionally, I think you undervalued the dude who leads the crowd, leads the cheer before you come out to every game. That's that dude that wasn't even in the building.
Yeah.
And guess what? Apparently nobody could fill his void. That's how good he is at that. And if they thought they were going to fill it, I'm going to know, when are they planning on starting? I'm not trying to be funny.
No, I mean, I hear you, because it's
No,
real.
you don't hear
it's
me,
an appropriate
because
question.
I heard you Tuesday. And that's how mad you were and emotionally tied up into it, because you feel like you got fleeced. And so I'm going,
Because I'm being told one thing.
questions.
Because I'm consistently being told one thing: attitude, effort, intensity.
Yeah.
Anybody. I'm hearing all these
Try
things.
your eyes. Why don't you try your eyes?
I'm rubbing them, and I'm hoping
try
the
your
picture.
eyes.
I'm hoping the picture clears up. It's not.
Yeah,
We're 7 weeks into this thing,
and you got plenty of time. I know some of you big shots have already got your playoff pictures lined up, and you're doing the whole thing. And it's entertaining. No, it's funny. I laugh. It's funny, but I'll tell you this: you want to be on the big stage, but you got it. you right in the den now with the champs on national TV again. And if somebody's got to motivate you to be in this position you're in, they should cut you on the spot.
Telling you. But Doc, I feel that way every week. It was Dallas week last week. I got to get you up to play our rival. I got to put a foot in your ass. I shouldn't have to yell. I shouldn't have to do nothing.
It's not their rival. It's not. I mean, it's
in you. It should be in you.
Yeah, but that's obviously. Well, their efforts tell. And I'm not saying anything. Did that look like?
No, I mean,
a group that was representing a city that would have been on a Greyhound bus to get there if they had tickets?
Yeah.
They don't get it. It's a different culture. Like you said, your people now are trying to take over. Your young people. See, all your electronics and all your devices or whatever.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. No, it's partly you. This is what you want. Now I'm going, okay, y'all think you're smarter. You think you figured this thing out. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. We'll see.
Curious to see what they look like on Monday night. It's a certain look, like we've said it several times throughout the season. There's a certain look that I expect to see on Monday night from a desperation standpoint. That means winning at all costs, going for it on fourth down, if you got to get deep in your bag of tricks because that's what you feel like you need to do, being aggressive, blitzing. There's just a desperation from a playing standpoint, from a coaching standpoint that I demand to see on Monday night. And if we don't, well, you're going to fall to 3-5, and more than likely your season's over. But we'll see what happens on Monday night.
More than likely, it's not. Why is the season over? Oh, I get it. I forgot. That's part of your deal. I forgot. My
if
bad.
they begin
Excuse
3-5,
Yeah.
if they start off the damn year 3-5, 1-4 within the conference, you find me somebody that's willing to put money on them making the playoffs. I'll find you somebody that I'll sell water to them. How about that? It's just
Okay. No.
If you lose Monday night in Kansas City, Doc, I really do think, like I continue to say, anytime you're under 500 in the month of October, it begins to get late very early.
If
right
you had
now,
$1,000,
yeah,
would you put that up?
would I put
Would you
$1,000
bet?
on my
Yeah,
season?
that if they lose on Monday, that they're done, that they
Yes.
cannot make the playoffs.
Oh, I would put $1,000 on it. Yeah, I would. I
No, I said
would.
if you had, you
If
would.
I had
Okay.
it, yeah. If I had it.
Yeah. Okay, easy to say.
Well, if the people keep on liking, subscribing, and commenting, maybe I will be able to make that type of financial decision. We've gone for 36 minutes. It's too long. I can't
is
much longer. I can't.
Thank you. Please.
I mean, this has been absolute torture.
It is. It is. Working with you is not the easiest thing in the world.
Well, I can say the same
But
thing about
I
you.
think the people, they deserve to hear you when you're not performing.
Nah.
You know, they do. They need to hear this side of you.
They don't want. You act like I'm, under the big.
No, you're an entertainer.
Oh my goodness.
You're an entertainer.
I'm an entertainer. You're a
damn good at it.
You're a champion. I'm an entertainer. You're a champion. It's a distinction.
Well, I'm sorry. History is what it is.
What?
You know, you can't blame a kid that was undefeated at 13 years old, 25-0. You can't change certain things.
Are you talking about baseball? Are you talking about?
I'm talking about baseball, baby.
Yeah,
I'm talking about baseball. Always with baseball.
People need to know. You've told me these stories off the record.
But you don't. The people already know. You the one that don't know. Everybody else already knows. You, hey man, you trying to change it because your generation, it's microwave popcorn. I get it.
Hopefully, we're able to microwave our way into a season-saving victory coming up on Monday night against the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you all like, subscribe, and comment to the channel. Be on the lookout for all types of new content coming your way here before game day and throughout the rest of the NFL season here on the Burgundy and Bold podcast. Lynnell Willingham and Super Bowl champion Rick Doc Walker. DOC, a pleasure as always.
God bless you. God bless you, all of you.